They're under starter's orders. And they're off. For the Harbour Hunterchase of 3 miles. And they've 18 to jump in this first race, and they go to the first of them with Coombe Hill. Coombe Hill just ahead of Woolly Jumper. They're all safely over it. These followed by Drumlagan and Feathered Friend, and on the inside General Merchant. Just after these comes Kate Just. After this one, Phil Gray jumping in the company of Fame the Spur. And the last over, a little behind the others, is Eggington. Quite a long run round to the home straight for the third. So they go into the turn with Coombe Hill by a length. Then Woolly Jumper on the outside, General Merchant moving a little bit closer. Fame the Spur runs in fourth. In fifth is Kate Just. Feathered Friend in sixth place is followed by Drumlagan. After this one we have Phil Gray in close company, a full-length gap then to Eggington. So they come round into the straight for the first time. Still Coombe Hill on the inside, and by the same margin, about a length. Woolly Jumper, General Merchant tracking the leader on the inside. Feathered Friend maybe a little bit closer on the rail. This is a plain fence which they're all safely over, and they go onto a ditch and fence now. So Coombe Hill with Woolly Jumper, General Merchant in close company. Then on the inside, Feathered Friend, and this one followed by Fame the Spur. After this one is Kate Just on the inside, and then Drumlagan. And they jump the next one at the top of the hill. Eggington is being pulled up. So the field reduced by 1 as they come towards us. Coombe Hill and Woolly Jumper, these two have been together from the start, and they rise within a length, and almost joined by Fame the Spur on the outside. Feathered Friend, then this one tracks the leader on the rail, and after these we go back to General Merchant, then 3 in line, Drumlagan, with Kate Just, and on the near side, Phil Gray. So a complete circuit ahead of them, and they go down the hill to the next turn with Coombe Hill, Fame the Spur rather closer, Woolly Jumper in third, then Feathered Friend and General Merchant sharing fourth. In sixth place, Phil Gray on the outside of Kate Just and Drumlagan. So rounding the bottom turn and going slightly uphill now. Placings as before with Coombe Hill by about a length and a half here. Feathered Friend is reducing this as they run on the flat. Fame the Spur, Woolly Jumper and General Merchant in close order, 3, 4 and 5. So they face up to the 8th of the 18 they have to take. Plain fence first. Coombe Hill, Feathered Friend within a half length now. After this one, Fame the Spur 2 lengths away, running in third, then Woolly Jumper and General Merchant, who's been joined by Phil Gray, who's moved up from among the back markers. Drumlagan completes this leading group. There's a short gap then of about 3 lengths to Kate Just. Open ditch, where Coombe Hill has a 3-length lead from Feathered Friend. Phil Gray on the outside. This one's just a length off, followed by Drumlagan in close company with Woolly Jumper, who's lost places, and General Merchant. Now the water. Coombe Hill in the front of the field throughout the race, and by about 4 lengths now as they go away down the back straight. Feathered Friend is the second, Phil Gray is the third, almost joined by Drumlagan. In 5th place, General Merchant. Quite a gap after these to the next one, which is Fame the Spur, followed by Kate Just and Woolly Jumper. Final fence on the far side now. Coombe Hill over it from Feathered Friend, and still a 4 or 5 length gap. And after these, a little bit more than this, in fact about 6 lengths back to Phil Gray and Drumlagan, who share third. Another gap to General Merchant, and the rest of them are very well spaced up, with Kate Just being pulled up. So the others with 6 furlongs to race as they start into the turn. So Coombe Hill, who's led for some distance now by a couple of lengths from Feathered Friend. There's rather more than this. There's about 6 lengths then back to Drumlargan. Phil Gray is quite a close fourth, within a length in fact, but there's a biggish gap then to General Merchant after this, then Fame the Spur and Woolly Jumper, and these all that remain in the race as they come past the 5 furlong pole. So the 5 to jump in the home straight, and coming to take this one with Coombe Hill on the far rail, maintaining the lead from Feathered Friend, who made a slight mistake there, might have stumbled on landing, but certainly didn't get away from the fence very fast, and they come to an open ditch with Coombe Hill, with Phil Gray having moved into second place, but didn't take that at all well, and is joined by Drumlargan. Feathered Friend runs fours, big gap to General Merchant, and then Fame the Spur. And under 3 to race now. Coombe Hill coming to the top of the hill, still going strongly. Coombe Hill over safely from Drumlargan, not quite as fluent at that one. Phil Gray might have got a bit closer from third. Feathered Friend remains a close fourth. General Merchant's over it in fifth, as the leaders jump this next last one with a quarter of a mile to go. Coombe Hill still, and the immediate challenger now is Phil Gray. Drumlargan not too far away on the outside, and they take the final fence. And at that one, Phil Gray put in a big one and comes to take up the running. And with 150 yards to race now, Phil Gray forging away now and coming to the last half furlong of the race, with Phil Gray a clear leader now, and coming down to the line with Phil Gray from Coombe Hill, going rather slowly, then Feathered Friend and Drumlargan 4.
First, number 2, Photograph for second place.